Okay, last time that you guys were here, I was gone last Friday. So I gave you this to practice for the test because the test will be a lot like this. So, number one, we got to figure out the formula. What's our formula? F plus V equals E plus 2. The number of faces plus the number of vertices equals the number of edges plus 2. In this case, we're looking for the faces. 6 vertices equals 12 edges plus 2. 12 plus 2 is what? So F plus 6 equals 14. So F equals 8. Are we good with that one? Okay. All right. So if we wrap this around, what does it make? A cylinder. So A is a cylinder. B, if we wrap this around, it would be a cone. C, if we wrap this around, it would be a hemisphere. Okay? Hope you all understood that. All right. So if we cut this off parallel to the base, boom, 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 boom. What shape did I just make? A pentagon. If I went perpendicular to the base, what would I have? A rectangle. If you cut it straight up and down, it'd make a rectangle. All right. What is the radius of a hemisphere whose volume is that? So, volume of a hemisphere, and I'll just slide over a little bit. Volume of a hemisphere is 2 pi r squared, right? Because, nope, it's 2/3 pi r squared. Because volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r squared, so a hemisphere is half a sphere, so half of 4 is 2. Okay? So the volume, 281,250 pi equals 2/3 pi r cubed. What can I do to each side to solve for r? Get rid of pi's. Okay? So 281,250 equals 2/3 r cubed. So you multiply by 3/2. And with your calculator, you take 3/2, I do, 3/2 times 281,250. And you get 421,875. 421,875 equals r cubed. How do we cube root on our calculator? We take both sides to the caret 1/3. Caret 1/3. Okay. Take both sides to the caret and then 1/3 power. And you get 75. The radius equals 75 centimeters. Okay? A plane intersects the center of a sphere with a volume of about that. What is the area of the cross section? So we need to find the area of the circle. Okay? So we need to first go the volume of the sphere equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So the volume, 9202.8 equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So if I divide by pi, I'm going to have 9202.8 divided by pi gives me 29,342. equals 4/3 r cubed. So if you take it times 3/4, 2197 equals r cubed, and then take the cube root. So you raise it to the 1/3 power. And you get r equals 13. But we're not done. What is the area of the cross section, the area of the circle? To find the area of the circle is pi r squared, right? So the area is pi times 13 squared. So it's 169 times pi. Which is 530.9. Okay, that one took a little more work. But those of you who did it, did you get it? Okay. For each row in the table, could a polyhedron exist with the given number of faces, vertices, and edges? F plus V equals E plus 2. Eight plus 10 equals 18. 14 plus 2 does not equal 18. First one's no. 14 plus 9 equals 23. 21 plus 2 equals 23. Second one is? Yes. 6 plus 8 equals 14. 12 plus 2 equals 14. Third one is? Yes. Assuming a soap bubble is a perfect sphere, what is the diameter of a bubble containing that much air? Well, a sphere, the volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. So 1200 equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So we're going to divide by pi. Whoops. $38.197 equals 4/3 r cubed. If we take that times 3/4 is 28.65 equals r cubed. Take the cube root.
I think you put 120 in your calculator instead of 1200.
Yeah, I did. So we get 381.97 equals 4/3 r cubed times, and then 3/4 equals 286.48. And then take each side to the 1/3 power. Is 6.6. That's the radius. It asks for the diameter. So if we multiply by 2, is choice C. Cavalari's principle. What best compares the volumes of these two cylinders? Why, thank you. Which one's bigger? They're the same. They're the same volume. Okay? The volume of prism A is 48. The volume of prism B is half the volume of prism A. What is the value of A? Well, if this is 48, what's the volume of this one? 24. So 3 times 4 times A equals 24. Because it's the area of the base times the height. 3 times 4 is 12 times A equals 24. If we divide by 12, A equals 2. The height of A is 2. Or the height of the second. The height of prism B, which is the distance A. Okay? A stack of 1 dozen cookies in diameter is 5 inches, except fits exactly into a cylindrical container with that much volume. What's the thickness of each cookie? Okay, so you have your stack of Oreos here. Okay. The diameter is 5, so your radius is 2.5. So the volume equals the area of the base, pi r squared, times the height. Okay. What we're looking for is the height. So the volume, 176.715, equals pi. And then what's the radius? 2.5 squared times the h. So if I take 176.715 divided by pi, I get 56.25. And 2.5 squared is 6.25. So if I divide this by 6.25, I get exactly 9. Okay? So 1 dozen cookies is 12 cookies. Takes up 9 inches. So if we take the 9 divided by 1 dozen cookies, each cookie is 0.75 inches. I screwed this one up, didn't I? Maddie's looking at me. Yeah, you did, Mr. Bierschbach. The sum of the number of faces. So sum, and then I forgot the word faces up here. And vertices is equal to the number of edges plus 2. Okay? All right. So hopefully on the test it's not screwed up. I'll have to check that out today. All right. What is the volume of the cone? What's the volume formula for a cone? 1/3 the area of the base, pi r squared, times the height. So it's 1/3 pi 5.1 squared times 7.2. Just type it in the exact way you have it written down under your calculator. 1/3 times pi times 5.1 squared times the height. And you get an answer 196.11. That is C. We good? All right. When people first look at this, they go, I can't do that. There's no numbers in it. Oh, you can do it. That's fine. Figure out the volume of this. The volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r cubed, right? So the first one is 1/3 pi times, r cubed h. Forgot the h. Okay. 1/3 pi r squared h. So if we go, the radius is r squared and my height is 2r. So what's r times 2r? R squared times 2r. 2r cubed, right? So it's 1/3 times 2r cubed. Now, let's take the other one and go 1/3 pi r squared h. So it's 1/3 pi. The radius is 2r, and we're squaring it. The height is r. So it's 1/3 pi times 4r squared times r, or 1/3 pi 4r cubed. So the first one is 1/3 pi times 2r cubed. What's the difference between the two of them? Yeah, so the volume of A is half the volume of B. Okay, the volume of A is half the volume of B. Because this is 1/3 times pi times 4r cubed. This is 1/3 times pi times 2r cubed. Okay? A pile of earth is removed from an excavation is a cone measuring 6 feet high and 30 feet across the base. So 6 feet is the height, 30 feet across the base is the diameter. So what's your radius? 15 feet is the radius. Okay? So the volume of this is 1/3 pi r squared h. Fifteen squared is 225 times, 1/3 of 6 is 2. So 225 times 2 is 450. So it's 450 pi, right? So 450 times pi equals 1413.7. Now, how many trips will it take to haul away the earth using that dump truck that can haul 9 cubic yards? Well, this is in feet, right? 9 cubic yards is um 1 cubic yard is 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. What's 3 times 3 times 3? 27 feet cubed. If we take that times 9, because that's 1 cubic yard is 27 feet cubed. If we take it times 9 cubic yards, what's 9 times 27? I bet it's like 243.
Yeah, it is.
So if we take this divided by 243 feet cubed per 9 yards cubed, how many cubic yards do we have? Or how many dump truck loads do we have? 1413.7 divided by 243. 5.8, so it's 6 loads. 6 loads. And the thing that'll throw you off is the cubic yards. If you don't notice that, then you would have something like, yeah, more than that even. So, so hopefully you get how to turn cubic yards into cubic feet there. Last one. Basketball with a diameter of 9.5 inches is placed in a box with size of 10 inches long. How many cubic inches of packing foam are needed to fill the rest of the box if we fill them around the ball? Well, the volume of the box minus the volume of the ball equals what we want. Okay, the volume basically is dead air space. The volume of the box is 10 by 10 by 10, or 1,000. The volume of the ball is 4/3 pi r cubed. What's my radius of this? 4.75 cubed. Okay, 4.75 cubed. So if we take 1,000 minus 4/3 pi, then 4.75 raised to the third power cubed. You get 551.1 cubic inches of dead airspace. Yeah, but 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches, that's 1,000 cubic inches. So basically, it's half is dead space in there. All right.